Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. Today is August 12th, 2011. Let's get right into the charts here. Futures are making a little bit of a move higher, trading up about 9.5 points at the moment. So a good little pop. There was some economic data. U.S. retail sales report out at 8:30. So the market is getting a little boost off of that just a couple of minutes ago. And we'll see where we head. Again, it should be another volatile session. The reason being is not that the market isn't doing well today, but do people really want to hold the market or stocks over the weekend? That's going to be the real test for the market. Yesterday we did have a nice bounce back rally, but again it wasn't the greatest of rallies. It was a good rally, but the volume was a little bit weak. There was some little poking some holes in that rally of yesterday. But in any case, this morning futures are starting higher. Couple of things to go over quickly before we look at some further charts. It looks like Europe did impose a short selling ban, so there will be no short selling in I believe 5 countries in the Eurozone nation. Germany will still allow short selling, but France, Italy, Spain, Belgium will not allow short selling. So again, you do have a short selling ban in the Eurozone, and that could be helping the market in the short term. Now, my experience with watching countries that put in short selling bans is not very good. It tells us that eventually these countries are going to run into more problems. Okay, nobody's ever fixed anything by banning short selling. In fact, you want short selling because when traders sell stock and they sell it short, eventually they're going to want to cover it. And when they cover it, you get a much better bottom put in the market. So, yeah, things to come there will not be good. Again, right now they're putting a Band-Aid on the problem, and that's what's been happening for the past year or two, and we'll see how it plays out. Today, the market likes it. Today, the market's moving higher on it. European market is also trading up across the board, so we'll respect it at the moment, and we'll see how it plays out. Something else we want to go over last night was the Asian market. The Asian market, very, very important to follow. The Shanghai index was up 12 points, almost a 0.5% gain. The rest of Asia was flat. The Nikkei was just down 0.2%. The Hang Seng was up 0.1%. But here's what you got to watch for. Australia had a big night last night. Australia was up about 0.8%. In India, the Sensex was down about 1.3%. Not a great move in India, and you got to watch that. So we could watch for a little bit of weakness today, maybe in stocks like Tata Motors, the IFN, India Fund. You're going to want to watch this because India is a little bit under pressure now, and being the one index that could not rally last night, that could have pressure on some more Indian ADRs here in the U.S. Okay, so watch the Indian ADRs for weakness today, unless the market really rallies, which I'm not sure that's going to happen. But watch the Indian ADRs. It's going to be very, very important to follow. Now, a couple of other things real quick. Gold is basically flat today. Okay, well, let's take a look at the GLD. You'll see GLD is trading at 170.34 yesterday. It closed at 170.75. So GLD is down a little bit. It looks like spot gold is just down just a touch here. Nothing to really make note of. You have the USO. Let's take a look at that. Spot crude is trading higher. USO closed at 33.30, trading at 33.77. So a good little pop for oil there. Oil is moving higher. Let's take a look at the SLV. I have not looked at that yet today. Yeah, SLV not doing all that much. Closed at 37.80, trading at 37.58 at the moment. So don't want to make too much out of that one at the moment either. A few stocks that are worth noting today. After the bell yesterday, Nvidia had a big pop after earnings. Okay, so that stock really caught a big bid, traded up to 16 bucks. Has come back down to earth a little bit, trading at $14.85. Still a big gain from yesterday because the stock trade closed at 13.41, so you did get a big earnings pop. Again, 16 looks like a ton of resistance. If this gets up there and is able to retest 16, should be a ton of resistance today. So keep your eye out for that. There could be some scalp trade opportunities in that one. Another name that's done well earlier, I'll see how it's doing now, is Prudential. Prudential's up a little bit. I'm not sure what the news is or or the reason for it, but Prudential is up a little bit. And then you have this K-Pasa, which is down a little bit. This is down about $1. For a $6 stock, that's a lot of meat and potatoes. Now trading at 5.25. Something I want to share with you guys before I step off here, real quickly, is the futures are getting a nice little move. They're now up $10.75. But if you look here, the overnight low occurred right around 3 o'clock. Take a look at the U.S. dollar index. I'm just going to put up the U.S. dollar index futures for you. Look where the high occurred. The high in the dollar occurred right at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you see the sell-off in the dollar. And now go back. We'll look at the futures. And you see the futures trading higher. The inverse relationship with the dollar is still very much alive and very well intact. So you have to watch that. I think it's one of the most important charts for traders to concentrate on, especially during the trading day. Now, sometimes the relationship will not be as strong. It may not be a one-for-one relationship, but it is still worth watching and worth noting. That's especially for scalp traders intraday. And I thought I'd just share that with everyone this morning. Okay. With that said, everybody, market's up this morning. We'll see if it can hold. We'll see if the dollar can continue to decline. And have a great weekend. Have a great trading day. Those of you in the chat room, I'll see you on the microphone at 9:30. Have a great morning, everyone. Take care.